Colts, Jets, Anthony Richardson, he's having a nice week. He has been reinstated as the Indianapolis Colts starting quarterback, and he will be the starter for the remainder of the season, which means he's going to start on Sunday. Big game coming up against the New York Jets. Do this segment every Thursday where I title the Colts game, and usually I do the Indiana game, but they're obviously off on Saturday. So I title the Colts game because titles are important. Titles hint at themes, and that's really what the point of this is. I want to hint at the theme of this Colts versus Jets game. With that being said, the title for this week's Colts versus Jets game is the return of the quarterback. Anthony Richardson is back as the Indianapolis Colts starting quarterback after backup quarterback geriatric Joe Flacco failed to win these last 2 weeks. Okay, geriatric Joe's 4 turnovers against the Bills last week were the straw that broke the camel's back. Jim Irsay, Shane Steichen, Chris Ballard, Colts fans, Indianapolis Colts players, casual fans, everyone couldn't take watching geriatric Joe lose the Colts any more games. So they've made the switch back to the young starting quarterback Anthony Richardson that they spent the number 4 overall pick on just a year ago. According to Shane Steichen, Anthony Richardson has apparently progressed quickly, going from a young, inexperienced Padawan of a quarterback to a master Jedi in just 2 weeks. It's honestly astonishing how quickly he has developed from this young, unprofessional kid to now apparently being a pro's pro. That's what Shane Steichen called him. And this is all because he now takes notes during meetings. It's pretty insane. And hopefully it leads to the Colts winning on Sunday. They're taking on this struggling New York Jets team that's currently trying to emerge from the darkness that is losing with Aaron Rodgers as their quarterback. There can't be a worse locker room in sports than a locker room with Aaron Rodgers in it while his team continues to lose. The Jets have gone all in, right? They make this trade for Devontae Adams. They signed Hassan Reddick. They traded away Mike Williams. And they've just done more of whatever Aaron Rodgers wants. And I admire the commitment to winning. I wish more teams were this committed to winning. But the results on the field haven't been there, right? Aaron Rodgers was once the best quarterback in the NFL. Now he appears to kind of be in the twilight of his career. He's averaging the second lowest amount of passing yards per game in his career. He's on pace to throw the most interceptions he's thrown in a single season during his career. He's on pace to throw the fewest touchdowns in a single season in his career. And he's on pace to lose the most amount of games he's lost in a single season in his career. While Anthony Richardson, on the other hand, is trying to improve his play and his reputation, Aaron Rodgers is trying to do the exact same thing. He's trying to play better and get people off his back because there's a lot of people who don't like Rodgers, right? While Anthony Richardson is reaching for anything that feels like success, Aaron Rodgers is reaching for anything that feels like he's still got it, okay? Both quarterbacks have an opportunity to grab hold of something that tells them that they're good at playing quarterback in the NFL. For Aaron Rodgers, he's playing against this Colts defense that's given up the sixth highest amount of passing yards per game in the NFL. Okay, the Colts don't have anyone who can guard Devontae Adams. They don't have anyone who can guard Garrett Wilson. Aaron Rodgers should have an absolute field day against this secondary of the Colts. Now, this Jets offensive line is bad. It's awful, one of the worst in the NFL. So maybe the Colts generate some pressure and they can get Rodgers off his rhythm a little bit. We'll see, but I fully expect for Aaron Rodgers to find success against the Colts this Sunday. For Anthony Richardson, he's playing against the Jets team that's 1-4 since they fired Robert Saleh. In those 5 games, the defense for the Jets has been really bad, worse than the Colts. Okay, they're giving up 26 points per game, which would be good for 26th in the NFL. They're giving up just under 350 yards a game. They're only giving up 213.5 passing yards a game, but I think they've greatly benefited from Stroud's uncharacteristic 91-yard passing performance a couple weeks ago where he didn't have Nico Collins or Stephon Diggs. So we'll see how that goes. The run defense for the Jets has gotten worse as well. And as we all know, the Colts run the ball better when Anthony Richardson is playing quarterback. I hope that Shane Steichen leans more on the run this week. Okay, because when you look at the Jonathan Taylor splits, he's just so much better when Anthony Richardson is back there, right? Jonathan Taylor with Flacco had 49 carries for 220 yards. That's 4.5 yards a carry. That's a good number. And he had an explosive run rate, which is essentially a run of 10 yards or more, 12% on 12% of those carries. While with Richardson, he's got 77 carries for 396 yards. That's over 5 yards a carry. He also has 5 touchdowns, and he has a 17% explosive run rate, which is, once again, a run for over 10 yards. The Colts offense has an incredible opportunity to get back on track this week. Anthony Richardson has an incredible opportunity to put his best foot forward after being reinstated as the Colts starter. Okay, so hopefully that's what happens. I know we all want the Colts to win. If they win this week, they're 5-6, and they'll have a decent chance at potentially making the playoffs. We're going to see, I think, rather quickly whether or not Anthony Richardson has grown up a little bit, or not at all.